Hello, diners and friends. Welcome to Solo Diner with Karen Marie. I'm Karen Marie. Today we'll be making a fabulous holiday meal for one. That's right, for you, the Solo Diner. And everything that we're cooking today can be found in the Cookbook for Single, celebrating the fun of solo dining. I'm not able to be with my family this year, so I will be dining alone, and I still want to be able to enjoy a wonderful holiday meal, so I'm going to cook that myself, and I'm going to enjoy a delicious meal. I'm going to FaceTime my family, and I'm still going to have a good time. So, guys, come and ride with me as we go and make this meal. I'll see you in a second. Okay, y'all, I'm getting ready to prep my turkey. So, I'm going to open it, and since it's just me, I don't need this whole turkey. So, I'm going to prep it so I can make just enough for my dinner, for my holiday meal. And usually, when I buy these turkeys, I try to get them on sale. So, it doesn't matter what brand I get. I'm not picky. As long as I get me a real good one, I'm going to make it taste good myself. So, I'm ready to do that. I thawed it. It's Solo Diner. Just because it's just you doesn't mean, yeah, just because it's you doesn't mean that you don't get to eat a wonderful holiday meal. Get my little giblets. Look like he was happy to see me. And so I'm just going to break this bird down. I'm going to rinse it. And I'm going to break it down for my needs. It's a good looking bird. It's a good looking bird, don't you think? So I'm just going to use a leg quarter. So I'm going to cut that leg quarter. So I want to make sure that I'm doing right by myself. Try to minimize any accidents. So I put me some cutting gloves on. And then I'll put one of these on over it. Just for safety. And I don't want to have wet gloves. Feels, yeah, it's like wearing wet socks or wet something around. I don't like that feeling. But anyway, I'm going to try to cut me up a see what I got here, because it's such a big piece of meat, and this one is kind of skinny. It's such a big piece of meat. Oh, let me try it from this side. Now I have this little plastic thing here. My ring is turned around inside of my hand and it's hurting, squeezing. It's hurting. I'll take that off. Try it again. Let me try it with this knife. You already know I'm gonna keep this backbone. That's some good stuff right there. This backbone, we got him taken care of. I'm gonna break it because I put this in the pot for my giblets. Make my giblet gravy. And it's yummy, yummy, yummy. And then I'm gonna break the rest of this turkey down because I am going to, for my meal, I'm going to use a leg quarter. So here's one right here. We'll take it, break it down a little bit more. I need better knives. You guys want to send me a knife or two, then that'll work for me. But I need better knives. So all I have is what I have right now. And I'm going to use what I have right now. See that? If I had a good knife, it wouldn't be working this hard. Okay. Break it down. Break that bird down. See, that came on out of there. Got him broke down. Got me a wing. And see, when I break these down like this, I freeze them. And once I put them in separate little freezer bags, and you can put them in a food saver bag because I have that machine too. And I take them, you know, since it's just me, I may want something one time. And I like to use this for turkey spaghetti. I like to use this for a lot of stuff. But turkey dressing and all that. So I got me a piece of meat here for different times. And so here's my, you know, my turkey wings. I can just break that down. And here, this breast here, I, I don't know how I'm going to cook it. So I'm just going to save the whole breast to itself because I don't know how. I may break it in half, but if I have a visitor or somebody coming over, I can just take this whole breast and drop it in oil, or I can just roast it. So I'm not going to break it down because I'm not sure how I want to do that. But the rest of this right here is basically already broken down. I can break this down even further if I want to cook it that way. But for my meal, my holiday meal, I'm just going to do a leg quarter, and I'm going to cook that in broth and break it down, and that's going to be that. So we'll see how your girl is going to fare with that. But this is normally my routine. I've been single for a while now, and because of that, this is how I do things. I still want to enjoy turkey for holidays, and if I want to enjoy turkey, I go ahead and do this. I like doing turkey myself. I don't like the traditional roasted bird, but I do like to do it this way. Like I said, if you're single, you still want to enjoy a meal, here you go. All right. All right, we're getting ready to do the broth for the, fixing to get ready to make my broth. And so right now I have some chopped up onions here that I'm adding. Diced onions. And then I had diced some celery and saved it for later. So I have my diced celery. I have some rosemary. It's optional. I have some sage, some celery seed. I have some chicken bouillon cubes. I'm going to put 3 in this one. All right. And now I have my, getting ready to put my meat in here. So, I have my backbone in here. I want to put that in there because it's going to help with my giblet gravy. I'm going to put this, that's the other piece of that backbone. And here's my thigh. And so I'm going to make turkey dressing, and this, I'm just going to take this and cook it down, and I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. But I'm making turkey dressing for this, for my turkey, for my meal, for my holiday meal. I'm going to add a little bit more stuff to it later, but right now this is what I have to start, and that's just onions, celery, celery, celery seed, sage, and rosemary. And that's what I season that stock pot with. All right. All right, getting ready to get started on this easy cornbread recipe. It's a recipe for one, but 2 can share. So we're just going to have a half a cup and a tablespoon of cornmeal and flour, a half a cup of flour. And just kind of get this going. Oh, it looks like my bowl is going to be too small for this one. Now you can just do the blue box if you want to. But this right here is just the easy cornbread recipe, and if it's just you, this is all you're gonna need. This is gonna be for your cornbread dressing, as well as your just a little something you can eat if you're having greens or any kind of vegetable. That was a half a teaspoon of salt, and this is such an easy recipe because it's a half of everything. You have a half a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of cornmeal. You have here's a half a cup of milk that you add to that, and we're going to do 2 eggs, and then we're going to throw some butter in here. So this is about a tablespoon or 2 of butter, and just kind of, and that's it. See how easy that is? Your cornbread. For your cornbread dressing. This is my go-to cornbread dressing. You can, if you just want, like I have a muffin pan that has 4 muffin holders on it, and it's really easy too to do this. You can cut this recipe in half and make you 4 muffins if that's what you want to do. So there's that. So we can do that part. Get this. I'm just kind of done with it, and see how easy that was. And put it in your little disposable pan. I love these little pans. All right. Go ahead and put this in the oven. We'll be back. Here's the finished cornbread. Quick and easy. All right, friends, I'm back. We're getting ready to make a pineapple cake. We're doing a mini, well, it's not mini, but it's a 6-inch pineapple bundt cake. And so we're going to use this right here. Since this is solo diner, it's just you, just one person. Just need this small cake. We don't need to make a whole cake for this. So we're going to get started. I'm going to do the dry ingredients first, and it's just 1 cup of flour, all-purpose flour. I'm going to do a teaspoon of, I have some pineapple powder here, and you may not have this, so this is actually optional. If you don't have it, that's perfectly okay. A little bit of pineapple powder here. See that? Got that off of Amazon. I was trying to make me some smoothies, and I was using that kale, and I wanted that smoothie to taste like it had something in it that make me want to drink it. And so I said, well, you know what? I love pineapple, so let's just do a pineapple, uh, you know, powder deal there. So that's what I did. And we have some salt here as soon as I can get it. I had everything right here, and now all of a sudden I don't have it anymore. So we just need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I actually have it measured. Oh, here it is right here. I was going to say I have it measured out right here. You gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I'm going to do a teaspoon of this baking powder. And then we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And that's the dry mix there. All right, going to do the wet mixture. But what we're going to do is going to start with, even though it's wet, we're going to get the butter and the sugar together. That egg over in there. I'm just going to eyeball it, but a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then I have a 1/2 cup of pineapples, crushed. And then I have 1/4 cup of sour cream to go in here. I'm going to mix this by hand. I have a mixer, but I choose to do it this way. It's so small, I don't have to go out there with it like that. It's just a small cake. Remember our nanas and grandmas and nonas and everybody did a lot of things by hand back in the day. I have a whisk too, so, but I'm gonna give this some good old-fashioned elbow grease from back in the day. All right. Now I'm just going to pour this in my little bundt. I may have a little bit extra left over, but that's okay. I got a couple of cupcake pans if I want to, put some in there. It'll probably make like 2 extra cupcakes. This is a 6-inch pan. I got it from Walmart. Oh, it fit. All of it fit that time. All right. Just kind of get it together here. Shake it up, break it up. And get ready to, I'm going to let it rest for a second, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the oven. And then we'll be back with the results. I'm going to make a quick, easy drizzle for the cake. And like I said, it's not that much, so you don't need that much. I'm going to kind of eyeball it. This right here is I'm going to have a cup of confectioner's sugar. And I'm going to be making a mess as I do this, so that you can see how bit of a klutz I'm being today. Yeah, do that. And then I have this can right here of pineapple juice. I'm gonna strain some of the juice off of here. And what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna make a ham as well, and since I'm gonna make a ham, I still can use my crushed pineapples for my ham later. I like my ham with a little bit of brown sugar and pineapples. I'm not going to dress it up real pretty. I just want it to taste good. But anyway, here is my little drizzle for my pineapple cake. And it's still in the oven right now, so I'm going to set this aside for now and see what I got here. And when that cake come out, while it's still warm, I'm going to drizzle some of this on there. And then as it cools, when it cools, I'm going to put a little bit more on there. Put a little bit more of this sugar in here. I want it a little bit thicker. I really don't want it too thick, but I'm going to use all this while I can, because ain't no sense of saving this little bit, So there is that. There is that. And that actually made it perfect. Just perfect. Whoop, there it is. Done, done, done. Now just got to wait for the cake to get finished. And I'm going to start on other things while I wait on the cake. The cake is done. I'm going to see if I can turn it over onto this little rack here. There it is. It's done and ready for the icing. So like I said, I'm gonna drizzle some of this icing on while it's still warm. So I'm just gonna set a plate under here, and because I want it to be sweet and moist. So the cake is still warm. Just kind of let that icing drizzle a little bit there. Ooh, yes. Just put a little something here in the middle. So when you cut it, you get that nice little sweet surprise there. And then once it's done, once I'm done with this part, I'm basically done with the cake. I can put some little pineapples, little bits and chunks of little pineapple up here on the top, which I'm probably gonna do. But anyway, we're done with the cake for now. Okay, the meat is done. Remember we put the meat in the broth, and I told you I was gonna add some more stuff to that broth. Well, I added some turmeric to it. And a reason why I added turmeric, because we're going to use that broth to make two different things. We're going to use it to make our giblet gravy. And I almost always, every time I make turkey, I always make turkey dumplings as well. And so that is the reason why I make turkey dumplings, turkey gravy, and turkey dressing. So now I'm just going to pull the meat off the bone because it is ready. So I'm going to shred this. I don't want any bones because when I get ready to eat here's that thigh. Ooh, look at that. When I get ready to eat my meat, when I get ready to eat my dressing, or when I get ready to eat my other stuff, I don't want bones. So just going to shred this. See, some of this thigh meat is going in my dressing. It's going to make some good, nice, meaty dressing. And it's also going to make a nice, a nice turkey dumpling. I love turkey dumplings. It's so delicious. And every opportunity I get to make it, I will. And that's why I love buying a whole turkey and breaking it down so that I can go back and get these drumsticks, and I can get all that meat off of there because I like the flavor of the turkey. It it just seems like it tastes a little bit better to me in dressing as well as in dumplings. And I mean, when you make the turkey spaghetti, I use this to make turkey spaghetti and all that. So, you can always get out some meal. So when I make this dumpling, what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat a little bit alongside my giblet gravy. I'm going to eat a little bit of the dumplings, but I'm going to freeze them. And that way I can just come back and just be like, okay, okay. After that big meal and have them frozen. So a lot of little meat be hiding in this backbone. Mm-hmm. So, yep. Get that meat out of that backbone. Yeah, where's my tail at? Because the tail got that good meat in it too. Look at that. Got that meat out of that backbone. Mm-hmm. I'll be doing this for years. I love this. Sometimes you just take the little bone and off camera, you just work on that bone. Yeah, look at that turkey tail. That meat in there. Sometimes you can just they so high now though, but you can go to the grocery store and just get you some turkey tails and season and just use that to make dressing. If you don't want to buy a whole turkey, but at the price they making at these turkey parts, you'd be better just go ahead and just buy a turkey and break it down and use it for whatever. And so I broke my turkey down. I got it in the freezer. It all fit in one bag. What I did was I put each wing in individual bags, and then I put each drumette in each individual bags, and then I put them all put the breast in the bag by itself, and then the rest of it, all of it fit in the bag. That way I can just reach in there and pull one bag out and don't have to thaw the whole thing out. But anyway, I'm done with this right here, and I'm going to get started on the dressing. All right, getting ready to start on this giblet gravy. Oops, got that down a little too low. So I'm going to go ahead and make a roux for this giblet gravy. Put a little bit of butter in here. Give me some. Put me some celery in here. Now this broth that I have, this stock, look at there, is flavorful, thick and yummy. Look at there. Yep, it is really, really good broth. It's seasoned all the way through. I'm telling you now, I love it. Now making that broth, I did about 8 cups of water and 3 bouillon cubes. I could have did more, but I don't want it to be too salty. But I normally would do about 4 bouillon cubes. And sometimes I go ahead and put a little bit of chicken base in there, but I'll wait until after everything, and I taste that broth, sample it, and if it's okay, then I go ahead and add a little bit of chicken base to it. But for the most part, I just go ahead and just add that. So I had 4 bouillon cubes, 3 bouillon cubes. I'm sorry. I had a cup of celery, a cup of onions, a tablespoon of rosemary, a tablespoon of sage, and I did a teaspoon of celery seed. But all of that is just basically optional. It's just my preference. And if you keep doing it the way your grandmother taught you, the way your ancestors, your people taught you how to do. But I am just doing this right now because everybody likes, a lot of people grew up different and didn't get the same types and styles of dresses for the most part. I don't even follow my grandmother's dressing recipe. They gave it to me. It's a secret. They went ahead and gave me the secret recipe to hers, but I like mine a little different. Hers was good. She would use ducks, and she was raising those animals and stuff on the yard. But she was using her little duck dressing, and she was making duck dressing. I mean, she did it all. She put duck, chicken, turkey, all of it in there together. If that's what you wanted. But this is something that I like to do for me. So I grew up and I wanted a different flavor. I love, like, it's just like your favorite restaurant. There are certain foods that you like at certain restaurants, and you like them at all of your favorite restaurants, but sometimes you just want a different taste. And so I just happen to like this. Uh, this here, and this is going to be my giblet gravy as well. I mean, well, actually, this is the giblet gravy, but I'm going to do a little something else with it while I got it here. See all that celery that's in there? There's a real flavorful stock. And what I have left, I put those 2 drumstick bones back in there and got that back on the burner so that I can make my chicken and dumplings with the rest of it. So now we're getting ready to make the dressing. And so this is a part of making the dressing, is making this, to give the gravy and the dressing together. And that's enough gravy. That's enough gravy for me, right? Ain't nobody in here but me. And I don't need a lot of gravy. So that's enough gravy for moi. So there's my giblet gravy. Giblet gravy for one person. And there it is. All right, getting ready to start on the dressing now. This is super easy. There's that cornbread we baked, and we're going to keep some of that cornbread because we're making us some greens. So we still have some left for our greens. So I just kind of cut it in half and really just break it down with my hands. Just break it on down. It's good cornbread too. Still kind of warm. And I'm gonna just put a little bit of sage over in here. I don't need any more rosemary because I've already put that in there. It's already in the just gonna kind of color it a little bit with the sage and add a bit more, a little bit of poultry seasoning. Not much, just a bit, just a touch, just a little bit. Now I like celery in mine, so I'm gonna do this. Like I said, all this I'm just showing you what I do. Because, honey, people would say, you don't do this, you don't do that. You do exactly what you want to do. You do what makes you feel good. It's your food. Yeah, it's not going in nobody else's mouth. This is solo dining. So when you solo dine and you cook it your way, I just happen to like the celery in mine. And actually my kids do too. They do as well. So here is some of that gravy that I had made before I added the egg to it. So I'm gonna put some of this in here. I like and so yeah, put a little bit of that in there. Put some cream of chicken soup in here. I'm gonna go ahead and add some cream of mushroom soup to this a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, and now we gotta put some butter in here. I got my butter here, and then we're gonna add the meat. And this is where you get good and country. Yeah, we are not. Yeah, turkey dressing. That's what we make it. And so we had to put us some good old turkey in there. I used to mix it up, you know, when I had my family at the house and the kids were there, and if you make it for, all your kids and your grandbabies or whatever, I mix chicken and turkey sometimes. But for the most part, I just do turkey. All right, friends, we are done with the dressing, and guess what? We putting it in a pan. We getting down home with it. And that is your dressing for a solo diner. And it fits in this pan perfectly. See that? Yeah. No, don't let nothing down or nobody stop you from eating. Eating good. Just because everybody else sitting around the table, hey, you can still sit around the table with your own. There you go. Now I'm going to bake this, but not right now. I'm going to wait because those flavors are going to kind of get in there together. But yeah, I'll be back. All right. I'm back. Well, we're still going. I just finished that dressing. And so now I want to put me some dumplings in here. I made some dumplings off film. I had to make them over there on the deep freezer, like my grandmother used to do. She didn't have any extra counter space. The deep freezer was available. That was counter space. Everything is fair game when you're cooking. Yep. She used to have that deep freezer filled with dumplings. Now the dumplings was so easy, just get you some broth, some hot broth, about a half a cup of chicken broth to a half a cup of flour, and just kind of mix it in until you make a form a little dough with it. And after you form your little dough, just cut them in little squares like I did. Just cut them in these little squares. And it makes enough for dumplings. And what I'll do is I'm going to freeze some of these dumplings. I'm going to put them in a little freezer bag and freeze some. That way, when I'm just somewhere relaxing, it's kind of cold, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to pull that skin out of there. But I just like all my little flavors. I'll keep those bones in to the last minute. My turkey drumstick bones until the last minute, honey. Anyway, we're going to let these go until they start floating. And what I like to do is add a little bit of, you can put heavy cream in here if you want to. I'm not going to do it for these dumplings here, but I am going to add some the rest of that cream of chicken soup that I had in here to this. Let this cook. Let this cook real good. Oh, look, I had a missing dumpling. Y'all should have said something. You know you got to be reminding me. Oh, wait, yeah, I'm going to get this. I need another spoon because this is popping up. So I'm going to add a little bit of parsley to it as well. But for the most part, it's done. Just need to let it cook until those dumplings get right. And this is the way I make my dumplings. Some people like to do the biscuit kind, but this is the way I do it. And once the dumplings are cooked, I'm going to add this cream of chicken soup to it. And there it is. Getting ready to do the ham. I stopped by K. Rogers and got me a little small butt ham. And you said, "Hey, Karen, that is not small." Well, it's the smallest one they had, and it's small enough for me. So I'm just gonna fix this up. And what I like doing is I'm not gonna make it pretty today. What I am going to do is I'm going to just put my traditional pineapple and brown sugar on here. I'm going to cook it in one of my pots. Oops, I scored it too deep that time. And so I'm just going to make a traditional, what I like. Now, what you can do, you can make it real pretty. If I was cooking for a large family or something, you know, I put my little pineapples on there and my little cherries and my cloves and all that. And I don't have any of that today. Well, actually, I don't have the cherries and the sliced pineapples, but I do have cloves. I'm not going to put it in here. So just going to put a little brown sugar. I just want it simple. It's going to taste good. It may not look pretty, but it is going to taste good. And so that's what I'm doing. Just putting some brown sugar. I mean, come on now, y'all. Y'all can do this super fancy. You know that. I know that. And, but we're not going to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to cook my ham. Because I want it to taste delicious. So I'm going to put it in this pot. Normally I would cook it in a, now if I'm doing it for a family and I want presentation, of course we're going to make it real pretty. But since it's just going in this, I'm going to, here, let me put some of this, lean this forward a little bit. Probably could have put a little bit more brown sugar in it. But yeah, I'm just going to do this. Because I'm looking for the taste. And guess what? I'm going to put a piece of aluminum foil over here. I'm cooking in the foil, so all I got to do is pull this out when I'm ready, when I'm done with it, and throw that foil in the trash. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this ham and I'm going to take it off. I'm going to cut it in slices and freeze some of it. What all I don't eat, I'm going to put some in sandwich bags, in Ziploc bags for the refrigerator. And if I don't eat it in 2 days, then I'm going to let that go in the freezer. But anyway, yeah, the rest of this ham is going to go in the freezer. And that way I have some slices for whenever. So it still won't go to waste, even though it's a big ham. But it's enough for me. So I'm going to put the foil on it and I'm going to put it in the oven and we'll be back. All right, friends, I've just seasoned my hand. I'm sorry about that. I didn't do all of it on film. But anyway, I've already put the little wings back. I'm just going to go ahead and put these legs together. And I'm going to air fry this. I'm going to put this bad boy in the air fryer with this little lady in the air fryer and be done with it. And it don't have to be fancy. Well, it is. I just want to tie these legs together. So it's been seasoned. I put some of this slap somebody on there. Put a little bit of that on there, and then I put some. I use this right here. It's called rotisserie chicken seasoning by Marshall Creek, and this is Greek seasoning here by Marshall's Creek. Neither one of them have salt in it, and so I rub this down with some. I put some olive oil on here and rubbed it down and with olive oil and seasoned it a bit. So that's that, and I'm getting ready to put this in the air fryer. My ham is done, and I'll bring that over here in a minute. But it's done, so you'll be able to see that too. Getting ready to make the sweet potato pie. This is one large sweet potato. I put it in the oven. I put it the sweet potato in aluminum foil, and I put it in the oven, and I let it cook until it was done. So for this recipe, you only need one sweet potato because you're just gonna we're making a 6-inch sweet potato pie. Here is the pie pan that we're using. It's a 6-inch pie pan. It's a glass pie pan. And I made some homemade pie dough. So it wasn't store-bought. That was 1/3 cup of brown sugar. This is a 1/4 cup of white sugar. All right. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon in here. I don't like a lot of cinnamon, but I'm going to put some cinnamon in here. It's supposed to be a teaspoon, but I can't take a teaspoon of it. I just want to kind of sprinkle a little bit in there. Just a touch. Not a lot. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to do the nutmeg as well. So I have me a little bit right here. Don't want too much. This should be enough. It's supposed to be a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay. Gonna put some vanilla flavor in here. Yeah, because last time I was making it, I almost forgot my vanilla flavor. Vanilla extract. That's gonna be a teaspoon right there. Really shouldn't have been a teaspoon, but hey, there it is. And let me go ahead and put my egg in here while I'm thinking about it. All right. Now the rest of this we're gonna do it with. We're not gonna use the mixer. We're gonna put some butter in here. Oops, I wasted my butter. I wasted my butter. Oh my goodness, I wasn't trying to do that. And then here's some. This is heavy cream. Yeah, a lot of people use milk. I like to use heavy cream. So that's what that is. So it was supposed to be a little bit of butter and heavy cream. And all this stuff that I have that I've been cooking is in the cookbook. Yes, it is. All right. We about got that done up. And we are going to pour this in this pie pan. Whew. Let me get me a paper towel so I can clean my hands. So anyway, we're doing this. It's the last little bit. Did I put my salt in here? Let me make sure. Oops. Yeah. I hope I put my salt in there. If not, I got salted butter. Oh, that is. Okay, friends. That's one sweet potato. I almost messed up my little. Yeah. There it is, friends. I'm going to put this in the oven and let it bake for a minute. And we will be back. with the whole deal. All right, friends, I am done. I have my sweet potato pie. I have my pineapple cake, my dressing, my ham. I broke it down. I have my hen. I have some turkey dumplings, giblet gravy. I have some greens that I made, and those are turnip mustard greens with some neck bones, smoked neck bones. And so that concludes the video, and that is the meal for today, our holiday meal for one. All right, friends, just because you're single does not mean you're alone. Remember that. And we love you here at the Solo Diner. And thank you for joining us. Have a great holiday. Have a great day.